Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. My name is Gursant Singh, and I was part of this Yogi Bhajan 3HO Tantric Yoga cult for 30 years. And I have inside information about some of these pictures that have been posted by the 3HO people from their White Tantric Yoga course that they just finished there for a summer solstice, as they call it, there in New Mexico. Now, you'll see here in this picture, they are really disrespectful of the Sikh religion. These Singhs have their hair completely loose and wild, which is completely disrespectful to the Sikh religion. And also, they are disrespecting the Sri Guru Granth Sahib, which is not more than 20 feet away, over here on the right, where the arrow is here. They're having an akampat that's going on at the same time that all this wild dancing is going on. Let's look at some more pictures and you can see for yourself these things. Here's another picture of this wild dancing they're doing after the Tantric Yoga courses. And this is completely inappropriate behavior, especially in the same area where they hold Gurdwara, and like I said, the akampat is going on at the same time that they are doing this wild dancing. And we need to write SikhNet, we need to tell them that this is inappropriate behavior and they need to stand up against these 3HO partners that they have and tell them what is the appropriate way for Sikhs to act if they want to continue to be Sikhs. Now you can see here, this is a very good picture here of the front of the darbar there where the Sri Guru Granth Sahib is there, just behind this gate here. And I was there for many times during these Tantric Yoga courses. Yogi Bhajan would have us do these wild dances afterwards, and many times he would play Guru Gobind Singh Ji's sacred banis and have us dance wildly to them, which is completely disrespectful, and Sikhs should not be doing this type of behavior. So in a way, it's really not their fault, these 3HO people. Yogi Bhajan taught them this way, and we need to inform them about the correct way of acting according to Sikh Code of Conduct. If they're going to be using names Singh, Kaur, and Khalsa, they need to be acting in such a way. Now here you can see another close-up of that same first picture where they're dancing wildly, and you can see this is that what they call the tantric shelter, and this is the front of the darbar. What they do is when they're having a Gurdwara service, they open up this gate, it's like a garage door, and then they have the Gurdwara there in that same area where they're dancing and doing all this wild stuff. So this was another post that was done at this 3HO Foundation website, Facebook page I should say, where they're bowing to stones, and this is at this Peace Prayer Day walk, they called it. It said, one of the Peace Prayer walk altars where participants can make offerings. This is completely against Sikh teachings. Guru Gobind Singh talked many times about not worshiping idols, not worshiping stones, and Sikhs believe in one God. We don't believe in these pujas and making offerings to stone images or to idols. Now, SikhNet, which I'm sure many of you heard about, is the major Sikh website, is a supporter and a partner with these 3HO people. You can see here their logos that were published as part of this, what they call the Legacy Circle. It's a non-profit organization. It's funded by the Sri Singh Sahib Yogi Bhajan. So all these organizations are tied in. They are part and parcel with each other, and they don't want to be criticized. But we need to confront them. We need to stand up as Sikhs. It is our duty to inform our brothers and sisters about the violations they're making of the Sikh Rahat Maryada and the disrespect and beadbi they're doing to the Sikh religion and to the Sri Guru Granth Sahib. So I've been banned from all of the 3HO websites, Facebook pages. They even threw me out of this Peace Prayer Day that they held last year. So I'm unable to post, but I'm asking other Sikhs to post on the 3HO website there, the Facebook page. You can just look up 3HO Foundation and post your comments and inform them that I'm not the only one who objects to these un-Sikh-like and sacrilegious practices they're doing. Now, the other thing is worth pointing out here is that the 3HO people bow to Yogi Bhajan. You can see them prostrating there at his death place. Guru Gobind Singh told us not to worship the graves of the dead, but these 3HO people are doing this. And they do this on a regular basis. They worship this idol, this golden idol of Baba Sri Chand there, which is placed right at the entrance of the SikhNet offices in the Gurdwara. So there are offerings put there. I even made some videos about this a couple of years ago. You can see donations and garlands put around this idol's neck. So these are all things that need to change. You can see them again prostrating there at Yogi Bhajan's death place, and there's just to the right of where these pictures are, there's that idol of Baba Sri Chand, pictures of Yogi Bhajan, and then his, of course, this what he called the dome, where he was, where he died. So they go there regularly to worship at that place, and these are things they should not be doing. In fact, the 3HO people are going to be producing this 10-foot high statue of Yogi Bhajan and then embellishing it with bronze. It'll be very expensive. I called some bronze sculptors, and they said it would cost up to $50,000 to produce this. That money could be used for many other good Sikh causes. And I encourage you not to donate to SikhNet at this point. You don't know where this money is going, and in all more likelihood, it's going to do these statues and these un-Sikh-like things. SikhNet has partnered up with the 3HO people. They receive hundreds of thousands of dollars in grants from the 3HO people because the 3HO people know that SikhNet will promote their agenda, their Tantric Yoga agenda. And I really think that normal Sikhs should stay away from this group and don't get friendly with them, because there's the danger that you could be sucked into them. I was sucked in for 30 years, and it's not a simple thing, these tantric yogas that they do. They're very hypnotic, and Yogi Bhajan himself taught these things that are very hypnotic and tried to seduce you into their cult. Now, I want to point out here, this is a big mural there at the SikhNet offices in the Darbar of the city Guru Granth Sahib, which is completely sacrilege. They've got Hindu gods up here at the top here. They've got this Catholic goddess, they call it Virgin Mary, on this Sikh khanda with the Sikh Gurus as a rosary around her. It's just really very disrespectful to the Sikhs. And this was approved by Yogi Bhajan. SikhNet, like I said, has their offices right there, and should not be there, this mural. Shows where their agenda is really at. You can see this is an image of Yogi Bhajan here on the left, and then Guru Ram Das Ji is depicted here. And I do know from inside information that the artist, who is a Catholic priest, made this image, used a 3HO person as the model for this image of Guru Ram Das. So it's very sacrilegious. And these things need to be stopped. I really don't have faith that the 3HO people will change. I think it's more that, like I said, we need to stay away from them and not let young Sikhs get involved in their un-Sikh-like activities and get sucked into their cult. That's my feeling about it. Now, this is a picture of the Hindu last rite ceremonies that were done for Yogi Bhajan in 2004. And SikhNet denies that this ever happened. We know that it did, because Anju Kaur from Sikh News Network did a very in-depth report about this. She called the Pramat, the Kirtanan ashram there in Rishikesh, and they confirmed that Yogi Bhajan's ashes were placed in the Ganges River, and Yogi Bhajan's family, you can see here his wife, 2 sons, and his daughter and then some 3HO people in the background participated in the Hindu last rites rituals. And so SikhNet wants to hide this from people. They want to hide this fact because they don't want Sikhs to find out what their agenda really is. But you can confirm all this and look up the Sikh News Network article. Now, many of the 3HO people say, oh, they just participate in interreligious programs. Well, these go a little far, I think, and you can't really consider them interreligious. You can see this Gurmukh car worshiping this Hindu goddess here on the left with this same Hindu Pandar Swami from that Paramatma Kirtan ashram. Yogi Bhajan had a close relationship, long lifetime relationship with this Swami. And you can see here Yogi Bhajan himself with this eye of Shiva, this tika on their foreheads, his wife, daughter, and son-in-law. This red bindi or tika, their eye of Shiva, they call it. It's devotional service to Shiva. So the 3HO people have taken after Yogi Bhajan, and this is a big problem because they're really promoting this Hindu Vata agenda, and as innocent as they might be, it needs to stop. And Sikhs need to understand that this was Yogi Bhajan's real agenda, and now he's sucking these 3HO people into it. And my fear is that young Sikhs will get into this as well, which is not a good thing. You can see here that they promote these auspicious days, this 11-11-11 with this Shiva statue here. This was in Rishikesh. And they do this 2 or 3 times a year, so it's not like just like they were saying interreligious gatherings. And so there in Espanola, they worship this golden idol of Babsirchan. You see there where they put garlands around its neck, and there's 2 of these statues there, one by Yogi Bhajan's death place and then another by the SikhNet offices in Gurdwara there too. So Yogi Bhajan's effect has been really very dramatic on these people. I think that I was in there for 30 years, and there was very like a spell on us, in effect. He did all these yoga exercises that were designed to seduce and to induct people into his cult. Heavy breathing, these hypnotic type of exercises where he would really a low kind of hypnotic voice do these chants and things like that. So he had people buy stones and gemstones for magical effects. This Harijivan still does this. You can see here this was his article that was published by the 3HO people about these tantric necklaces he's selling. It's just complete rubbish, and they try to make it where these people think that they're getting these stones that are created for their destiny, use astrology, and then just hook you into this very expensive thing. So they sell these spiritual names, Sikh names they use, and they give them out to people like candy. Completely wrong. If you're going to be using Singh and Kar and Khalsa, you need to really understand what that's about, not just use it flippantly and just say that it's cool to have a spiritual name. It's a lot more than that. So 3HO people take advantage of people's desire to be spiritual by selling these things. You can see here another trending Yogi Bhajan t-shirt offering that they've been doing. This Ganesha here, which is supposed to be the Hindus' god for prosperity. And it's all about money with them. You can see here there's $2 million grants, how it's been divided up. This is from sales of their yogi tea. I've got hundreds of thousands of dollars here. 3HO, the Kundalini Research Institute, almost $500,000. SikhNet, $121,000. So don't let SikhNet fool you that they tell you they're not part of this yoga organization. That's a real agenda, is to seduce Sikhs and to seduce and subsume Sikhi into this Hindu Vata Bhajanism. So They use the Sikh Guru images on their yogi tea boxes for profit. Think about how people would throw these boxes away, really disrespectful. You can see the Sri Darbar Sahib here on a yogi tea box, and again, they're using these images for commercial profit, which shouldn't be done. This is really disgraceful how they put this image of this man biting into this image here of the Darbar Sahib, and very, very disrespectful of the Sikhs' holiest shrine. They use Gurbani here, this Waheguru Chew, for candy. And again, think about how people would throw this wrapper away. Very, disrespectful and not thinking about the real beauty of the Sikh religion. So this is another thing I want to point out. Many of you may know about this already, but it's very important how the Yogi Bhajan people sued each other over these billions of dollars from the Yogi Bhajan enterprises. And so that some of them reached a settlement. And part of this settlement was to not disparage Yogi Bhajan or any of the parties involved with the Yogi Bhajan people. So that means that they can't criticize Yogi Bhajan. There's no room for legitimate criticism or constructive criticism as far as they're concerned. And again, like I said, they've banned me from all their websites. And of course, I'm not under this non-disparagement clause. So this is really an indication that the 3HO people belong to a cult. They follow every word Yogi Bhajan says. And in fact, in this agreement, it says that they have to follow the Sikh religion as taught by Yogi Bhajan. So as you can see, many of the things Yogi Bhajan taught, such as astrology, these pujas, these Hindu pujas, many of the tantric yogas, this believing in gems is magical, all of these things were against and violated the Sikh Rahat Maryada in a big way. They're not just simple violations. And so if the 3HO people have to follow the Sikh religion as taught by Yogi Bhajan, that means that there'll be conflicts between Yogi Bhajan's teachings and the Sikh Rahat. So guess what? They have to follow Yogi Bhajan, according to this legal document that was signed and approved by all of these 3HO organizations like SikhNet and the 3HO people. All right, so please visit some of my other Facebook pages and websites. And I hope you read some of these other materials and not just take my word for what I'm saying. There's excellent books out there. There's one that really opened my eyes by Dr. Trilochan Singh. It's called Sikhism and Tantric Yoga, and he spent months with Yogi Bhajan, where he observed Yogi Bhajan and wrote this book. And he must have been very, very upset about what he saw, because he spent a lot of time writing this book, and he self-published the book. I never had heard the book. Yogi Bhajan kept it hidden from all of us when I was in 3HO. So there's that book. There's sites out there. If you just Google Yogi Bhajan cult, you'll see a lot of articles by Yogi Bhajan 3HO followers. There's another forum out there. It's called Wacko World of Yogi Bhajan, which I'd recommend you can go visit there, and you can see some of the experience, read some of the experience of other Yogi Bhajan followers. There's been a lot of really horrible accusations and comments and posts by ex-Yogi Bhajan followers who say that Yogi Bhajan raped them, that he abused them. I personally experienced some of that abuse. With me, it wasn't physical, but Yogi Bhajan got me into doing a lot of these fraudulent schemes with boiler rooms and phone sales. I did witness him beating up this young man at one of the Yogi Bhajan ashrams. So I talk about this, a lot of this in my book, Confessions of an American Sikh, and I'll be happy to send anyone a free copy if they'd like a free copy of that book. Just email me and I'll send you a free copy. It is available on Amazon as well, only 99 cents. So read these things, and I hope you understand more about what the 3HO people are about. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.